Hello there, my name's Card. I'm a long-time progressive community organiser and activist, and today I just want to briefly talk about a reactionary dog whistle that's been around for a few years now, as well as what it really means, who's using it, and why. For those who might not know, in politics, a dog whistle is a word, a phrase, or a symbol which seems perfectly innocent and innocuous to most people, but which really communicates a more sinister hidden message to those in the know. There'll also be a playlist of videos of mine, linked at the top of the description, which goes into detail about all sorts of reactionary dog whistles and how to spot them. Today, specifically, I wanted to talk about Chimpanzee feed and how it's become a part of contemporary reactionary iconography, particularly in online spaces. Anonymous image board websites like 4chan and 8chan are home to a lot of far right-wing people who use something of an ever-evolving canon of esoteric memes to communicate. Usually, people like that largely just congregate on the designated political boards of image board websites like those, where they talk amongst themselves and share resources and sometimes make plans for things to do offline. Theoretically, it should be easy for an outsider to observe these particular areas of these image board websites and be able to suss out what people are doing there and even infiltrate the online communities which start off as collections of these image board posters. But in order to prevent this from easily happening, regular posters on the political sections of these alt-right adjacent websites will co-opt the obtuse lingo and memes of other parts of the site in order to make it that much more difficult for someone unfamiliar with these terms to follow along with anything that's being said. Additionally, by doing this, online alt-righters will then be able to recognize one another on the rest of the internet by referencing these terms and jokes. And if they're ever called out for openly referencing a reactionary image board term, because these jokes and terms and memes don't often appear to be openly offensive, they've got a bit of undue plausible deniability to try and wiggle out of the accusation. On a site like 4chan, for example, users of the infamous poll board have adopted many of the terms and jokes created and popularized by the exercise and fitness subsection of the website. To that end, one strange meme that poll regulars will use to communicate amongst themselves and locate one another on other websites is to make references to eating bulk-purchased zoo-grade chimpanzee food. Among 4chan users, the idea of eating chimp food is understood to be part of an old surreal joke about how one might best save money while eating well that was popularized as a satire of excessive frugality among amateur bodybuilders. Now, this old joke is just something of a way for really hardcore, experienced 4chan users to reference something really oblique that most outsiders, that is, normal people, won't know about. That's why alt-right types started to use it, because it's something you would only properly know about and recognize if you'd been on 4chan for quite a while. Plus, being a reference to a joke that started on 4chan's fitness board, the whole thing ties into a lot of the modern online far-right wing's interest in bodybuilding and personal aesthetics. The point is, if you happen to see people online nowadays jokingly referencing buying the sort of food that zoo chimpanzees get, that's something they've picked up from being in some pretty noxious places online. And they're likely referencing it in the hopes that someone with views similar to them will notice it and pick up on the fact they're familiar with alt-right terminology and therefore likely at least sympathetic to their views. So, for the sake of keeping your spaces and communities safe, it never hurts to be able to spot these sorts of things so you can properly call them out, explain them, and remove the people posting them. That's all I have to say today. I hope it helps. Once again, my name's Card. If you might want to hear more from me, especially more about emerging or obscure reactionary dog whistles and how to spot them, feel free to subscribe to this YouTube page, or just take a look at my other videos. Either way, goodbye for now, and stay safe out there.